10 Cloverfield Lane stars Mary Elizabeth Winstead, John Goodman and John Gallagher Jr. Now, when people found out about this film, I think they brought a trailer out like 2 or 3 months before the film was released, and people thought, oh my god, what's this? You know, this is a surprising film. No one knew it was getting made or anything like that. It had Cloverfield in the title. People got excited. People thought, this could be good. The trailer looked really good, had good music in it, was suspenseful. And overall, after seeing the film, I really enjoyed it. I did actually enjoy this film. It is quite a good film. So, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she plays a woman who, she's involved in a car crash and then wakes up in a bunker which is owned by John Goodman. He's like explaining that the world has gone to hell. There's either a nuclear war or an alien invasion. He's not quite sure because he's a bit of a theorist, and he's got theories of what it could be. And there's a third guy in the bunker played by John Gallagher Jr. The acting in the film is really good. The standout is John Goodman playing the survivalist who's spent all his time building a bunker in case the world ends, you know, and obviously he thinks it is now, so it's time to go in the bunker. When you first meet the character, you're very suspicious of who he is, and the film itself is from the point of Mary Elizabeth Winstead. You are her, in a sense. She wakes up in the bunker. She's very suspicious of John Goodman's character. She doesn't know whether to trust him or whether he's a danger. She doesn't know if she's been... She thinks she's been kidnapped by a crazy man, and he is saying that there's an attack going on in the outside world. John Gallagher Jr., he's playing... It's kind of a thankless role he's playing. He's like the guy he's not got much backstory. Still plays it well, still good acting, but the film could have done without him. Let's just put it this way, if the film didn't have him, he wouldn't be missed, but with him in the film, he is pretty good. So, yeah, the acting is really good. I keep calling her Mary Wizard. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is pretty good as well. I've liked her for quite a while. She was like one of the best parts of Die Hard 4.0. She's really good in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. To be honest, I can't think what else she's been in, but I know she's been in a couple of other things which I've liked her in, so yeah, she's really good in this film. There's pretty much only... It's confined to the bunker through about 95% of the film, and it's just got these 3 characters in it. It's been directed by a guy called Dan Trachtenberg, and as far as I'm aware, this is his first feature film. He's done a couple of shorts and maybe a TV show, but this is his first feature film, so that is a name you should look out for, Dan Trachtenberg, in the directing world, because this is a well-directed film. Brilliant lighting, the soundtrack is brilliant, the editing is really good, and like the director of Cloverfield, which was Matt Reeves, which was a first-time director, who has now gone on to bigger and better things. Now he's involved in the Planet of the Apes franchise. I think Dan Trachtenberg could be of the same mould, and you know, that's a name you should look out for. You know, it's produced by Bad Robot. It had all the mystery, suspense and thrills that you expect from a Bad Robot, a J.J. Abrams production. And when the film is in the bunker, you're kind of like, you're on the edge of your seat. You're waiting to find out what the hell is actually going on. Is John Goodman's character telling the truth? Has an attack happened on the outside world? Some sort of nuclear attack or alien invasion or zombie apocalypse or whatever, you know, you're not quite sure what's going on. Or is he a crazy man? Has he kidnapped Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character? Because you find out a few things about his past, and you start to suspect maybe it's not all he cracks up to be. So yeah, the film, while it's in the bunker, is really, really good. Towards the end, something happens towards the end, and it like lasts 5 minutes, and he's like, whoa, that was quick. It could have lasted another 5 minutes. It seems a bit easy, but I won't go into any spoilers on anything. But yeah, the last 5 minutes could have, slowed down a little bit. It goes a bit too fast after the long build-up of like nearly a nearly 2 hour film. You've got 95% of it in the bunker. It's a slow build-up, and then for the last like 5 minutes, something happens, and you're wondering what the hell just happened there. What is going on? They could have slowed it down a bit, added another 5 minutes or whatever, but apart from that, overall the film is really good. I really enjoyed the film. Like I said before, the acting was pretty spot on. Well, it's pretty much like a stage play. 3 actors on a stage, doing their thing, but it's a film. So yeah, I really enjoyed the film. Now, if any of you have got a keen eye, I'm sure you've not, you're not blind, but if you've noticed over my left shoulder there is the copy of my Blu-ray of Cloverfield. Now, this film, it's called 10 Cloverfield Lane, so, once you saw the trailer, you were like, yeah, this may be a sequel to Cloverfield. Now, story-wise, it has nothing at all to do with Cloverfield. There's no mention of anything at all. I think timeline-wise, this film, Cloverfield, is set in whenever it came out, which, what was it, 2008, I think? 2010, something around then. 2008 to 2010. So that's when Cloverfield's set. 10 Cloverfield Lane is set in the present day, I assume. It's set in 2016. Now, all the way through it, the Mary Elizabeth Winstead character and the Rory Gallagher Jr. characters are like making fun in a way. Oh, pardon me. Oh, I just need a drink. They back to what I was saying. Those 2 characters are kind of making fun of John Goodman's character's theories. They think he's a bit. They don't believe that it's possible that there's an alien attack or whatever out on the outside world, and I think he's a bit crazy because he's spent all this time building a giant bunker. Now, if this film would have happened a few years previously, where a giant monster is rampaging through New York, a giant sea monster which is risen out of a sea, and it's rampaged through New York, and it's completely destroyed New York, then, like, a few years later, these people wouldn't be so suspicious of John Goodman. They'd be like, oh, brilliant, you've built a bunker, that's fantastic. But there's no links at all. So if you're going into this film expecting a Cloverfield sequel, then you're going to be sorely disappointed. I think they've just used the brand name to sell the film, because, it could have been called anything. It's got nothing to do with this film at all, so, yeah. There's, like, one really, really small link which could link the 2 films, and that's the fact that John Goodman's character used to work with satellites, and there's a satellite involved in the very last ending shot of Cloverfield, which, I won't spoil what happens at the end, but if you've seen Cloverfield, you'll know what I mean. That's the only link between the 2 films, so, yeah, if you're a Cloverfield fan, and you're going into 10 Cloverfield Lane expecting it to be a sequel, or even set in the same world, not an exact, sequel, but even set in the same world as Cloverfield, then you'll be sorely disappointed. Go into this film thinking it's just a little film, completely separate from Cloverfield. In fact, forget that it's got Cloverfield in the title. 10 Lane there, and then you'll really enjoy the film. I really enjoyed the film. So, all in all, really enjoyable film, really suspenseful. Recommend it. If you're a fan of Cloverfield, you'll be disappointed that it's got nothing to do with Cloverfield, but apart from that, really good. So, I will give this film a rating of B. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you like this video, like, share, spread the word about the Heroic Dale channel. And remember, guys, stay heroic.